Welcome back to Monkey Recaps. Today I will feature a supernatural horror film from 2022. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you. North Denver 1978. Finney is a pitcher of a baseball team. He was throwing the ball and the batter missed twice. It's looking like a strikeout, but on the third attempt, the batter hit the ball and it's a home run. After the game, the batter told Finney that his arm is mint and that he almost got him. The batter's name is Bruce. One day, Bruce was riding his bike when a black van appeared in front of him. And that's the last time Bruce was seen. Finney lives with his sister, Gwen, who experience psychic dreams, and their father, Terrence. He's widowed, alcoholic and abusive to his kids. While walking into the school, Finney and Gwen saw the new flyer of a missing person. It's Bruce. Gwen thinks that finding Bruce is a lost cause. They continue walking into the school and they saw a fight. A fight between a small kid in a bandana versus another kid that's bigger than him. The kid in bandana, Robin, easily beat up the bigger kid he's fighting. The siblings continued walking. Gwen told Finney that Moose, the bigger kid, had it coming. He bullied Finney before and stupid of him to pick a fight with Robin. Robin became the toughest kid in their school after the kid Abductor, nicknamed the Grabber, got Vance Hopper. Finney was not paying attention to his class. He's playing with his space shuttle pen that has a flashlight in it. After his class, Finney went to the bathroom and hid. 3 kids entered. Finney's bullies. Thankfully, Robin came and washes his bloody hands from the fight. He warned the 3 bullies to not mess with Finney again. Robin and Finney are friends. And told Finney that he needs to stand up for himself someday. He then asked Finney to help him with his math homework. Meanwhile, Gwen was excused to her class by the detectives investigating the disappearance of the kids. Gwen told the detectives that she had a dream about Bruce. In Gwen's dream, there are black balloons when Bruce was abducted. Coincidentally, there are also black balloons at the crime scene. The detectives asked her how did she knew about the balloons, well that information was classified. Gwen got agitated. She told the police that sometimes her dreams are right. Finney and Gwen are walking home when they saw Finney's bullies. The bullies just stared at them. The siblings then parted ways as Gwen will stay with her friend. Their father is drunk and Finney was watching TV eating ice cream while clutching his space shuttle pen. The next morning, Finney woke up from the noise of his father hitting Gwen. Their father is angry because the police came to his work. Gwen warned him that if he hit her again, she will drop the $8 bottle of vodka. And she did. Their father insisted that she is not her mother. That she can't hear things, see things that are not there and her dreams means nothing. Gwen then watches TV with her brother. At night, their father is talking to the phone. After the phone call, his father asked Finney if he knew a kid named Robin. Robin was missing and probably another case of missing kids in their area. Finney asked Gwen to do her dream thing again, but she can't force it. Gwen is hiding a crucifix and prayed to Jesus for help. She then went back to her bed before her father sees her. The next morning, the detectives went to their house and asked Gwen about her dreams. Finney was getting beaten up by his bullies now that Robin is gone and no one to protect him. Gwen went to rescue Finney and hit a bully in the face with a rock. But the bullies beat her up too and kicked her in the face. During Finney's class, they will dissect a frog. Finney and his crush became partners. Gwen made fun of him and went to her friend's house as it's Friday again. While walking home, Finney saw a black van. A man with a mask came out. Finney noticed the black balloons and the man opened the van and grabbed him. The man is actually the grabber. Finney fought back and stabbed the grabber with his pen. The grabber sprayed something in his face and abducted Finney. The grabber put him in a room and told him that nothing bad is gonna happen, scaring Finney. The grabber heard a phone ring and left to answer it. Finney roamed around the room and saw a toilet and a black phone. He tried using it, but its lines are cut. Gwen then was informed by his father on of what happened and rushed back home. She then prayed for her brother's safety. Finney woke up from the black phone ringing and answered it. But the grabber told him that it doesn't work since he's a kid. Finney begged the grabber to let him go and he will not tell anybody. The grabber told Finney that something came up. Finney threatened him that he will scream, but the grabber told him that the guy upstairs will not hear him with the door closed and that he soundproofed everything. The grabber then told him that the phone rang once before maybe because of the static and he got creeped out because of it. He then closed the door. Finney then screamed for help and saw a window. He tried to reach it, but it's too high. The phone rang but no one's on the other line. Finney was asleep when he suddenly woke up and the grabber is with him. Finney told him that he's hungry. He then asked the grabber why he's down there with him. The grabber told him that he just want to look at him and closed the door to get him food. The phone rang again. Someone answered and Finney got spooked. But he answered the phone again. The voice from the other line knew Finney, it's Bruce. The kid from the baseball game. He told Finney that there is a tile loose and he have to dig down into the foundation. Gwen then had a dream of Finney trying to escape a house. She then looked for the house that looks the same in her dreams. Finney then started digging and flushing the dirt to the toilet and covered the hole with a carpet. Meanwhile at the school, the police then announced another kid missing, which is Finney. Finney finally was given food by the grabber. The grabber left the door unlocked. Finney tries to escape, but suddenly, the black phone rang. Finney answered the phone and the other person on the phone told him that it's a trap. He's Billy, a paperboy. His ghost shows up, but Finney can't see him. Billy told Finney that the grabber will beat him up until he passes out, same like what he did to all of them. He tried going upstairs and saw the grabber waiting with a belt in his hand. He then ate the food the grabber gave him. Meanwhile, Gwen is sleeping in her class and was advised by her teacher to go to the nurse's room to take a nap. The phone rang and it's Billy again. Billy told Finney that he hid a long cable for the window. Gwen is having a dream about Billy and how he was abducted by the grabber. She saw the house again. Finney tried using the cable, but it just can't go around the window grills. He used a carpet and put the cable inside. The cable finally made the loop to the window grills. Finney climbed to the window, but the window grill was removed and he fell down. Gwen then talked to her father about her dreams. She convinced him that it might help them finding Finney. Her father then reminded her of her mother. How her mother see things that aren't there and eventually took her own life. They then drive around town to look for the house that Gwen saw in her dreams. Meanwhile, the detectives are asking around houses if anybody knew something about the abductions. They went to Max. Max is a true crime nut job and shows the detectives his map and had a circle to where the grabber is probably from. He further told the detectives that he's not from here and just staying with his brother. The detective finally left and told him to tidy up as there are traces of illegal substances on his table. Finney faked sleeping and the grabber knew he's faking it. Finney asked the grabber to let him go. The grabber asked for his name as a sign of trust. Finney said a different name, but the grabber already knew his name and threw the tray with his food on it. The door was not locked again and the phone rang. No one answered. The grabber was sleeping. Finney took his pen and flashed a light following the cracks on the wall and saw a ghost floating. The ghost then pointed at the phone and Finney took it. The voice on the other line told him that the grabber wasn't been sleeping lately and his brother might find out about his secret. He also told Finney the grabber took his bike lock and uses it to lock the door. He carved the code to the wall. Finney tried escaping and put the code into the lock. But suddenly, the dog barked and the grabber woke up. Finney ran and was chased the grabber. He put a knife to Finney's neck and threatened to not make a noise. The grabber then beat him up. Finally, Gwen had a dream about Vance Hopper and how he was abducted by the grabber. She saw the house number where the grabber lives. The phone rang and Finney answered it. It's Vance Hopper. Vance told him about an outlet near the toilet. He instructed Finney to break into it as it's a storage room freezer where he can escape. He started hitting the wall with a slab from the toilet and unscrews parts of the freezer from toilet parts. He tried banging the door, but it's locked. Finney cried as he felt hopeless. Suddenly, the phone rang. It's Robin. Robin told him that he needs to stand up for himself and taught him how to fight. Finney put dirt in the phone to give it more weight and lay traps around. Gwen is biking, looking for the house that she saw in her dreams. When suddenly, the ghost of the victims of the grabber show up. She crashed and saw the house and the house number. She then called the police and tell them the address of the house of the grabber. Meanwhile, Max suddenly realized that the grabber might be his brother. Finney was waiting for the grabber. The door suddenly opened and it's Max. But the grabber hit his head, instantly killing him. The police came into the house and opened the door, but it's empty. The grabber then called his dog and tied him in the corner. He tried to hit Finney with an axe, but Finney evaded him and ran in the toilet and tripped the grabber. He fell in the hole Finney was digging and twisted his ankle. Finney hit him with the phone multiple times and removes his mask. He choked the grabber with the phone cord and put the phone on his ear. The grabber heard the ghosts of his victims. And finally, Finney escaped. Finney was actually in the house in front of what Gwen saw in her dreams. Finally, he reunited with his sister and their father. And that's the recap for today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.